Welcome to yet another interesting episode After Sports. On this show, what we do is we delve into the lives of ex-footballers. What are they doing with their life after their days of glory? What is happening now in their life? We listen to them, they advise us, we take the advice, we bounce it back to you, you apply it to your life, and then everything goes on well. Let's see what's coming up, and then the profile. We'll be right back.
Our guest is a Ghanaian defensive footballer born 25th July 1973. He began his professional football career with Accra-based Hearts of Oak in 1991 to 1995 when he had his first move to Kalamata Football Club in Greece, where he made 20 appearances and scored 6 goals. He then moved to Anderlecht in Belgium in 1998 and made 37 appearances, scoring 2 goals. After his time in Belgium, he signed a contract with Turkish football club Gaziantepspor in 1998 and made 33 appearances and scored 2 goals. He then moved to Fenerbahce and also made 151 appearances and scored 24 goals. In 2004, he joined Kayserispor in Turkey for 2 seasons and made 62 appearances, scoring 6 goals. In 1994 to 2003, he made 45 appearances in the Ghana senior national team. Here to delve into his life after active football is Samuel Adote Johnson Foyo. Stay tuned. Last week's challenge of the day was, who was the first Ghanaian footballer to miss a penalty at the FIFA World Cup? Again, who was the first Ghanaian footballer to miss a penalty at the FIFA World Cup? The answer is Asamoah Gyan. The winner of last week's challenge of the day is Michael Mensah. Challenge of the day. The challenge of the day is brought to you by Davis Palace, who scored the penalty in the 2009 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Egypt. Again, who scored the final penalty in the 2009 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Egypt. The winner gets a voucher for a massage, pedicure, manicure, gym, hairdo, and many more at Davis Palace.
Welcome from the commercial break, and welcome Mr. Sam Johnson. I mean, those from the 70s and 80s knows you to be Foyo. But then for the sake of those who don't, the 90s baby, can you please introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, my name is Samuel Johnson.
Samuel Johnson.
Adote Johnson.
Samuel Adote Johnson, right.
AKA from what most people used to call me. Foyo is the kind of guy who don't want too much, who don't want to show up. Quiet and calm guy.
Okay, so you're not a showman kind of person. No, okay, that's great. That's great.
Very calm. But when you touch me, you don't touch me well. Sometimes I try to, you know.
So if we touch you at the wrong place, you bite.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a snake.
So like a snake, you don't have to touch his tail. Now, we know you to be an ex-footballer, but we don't know much. Let me say, for the sake of the 90s baby, they still don't know who you really are in the football. So can you say a little bit about that too?
Yeah, let me say, I started playing football when I was a kid.
Okay.
Maybe 10 years or so, yeah.
Right.
I started playing football.
Right.
That time, that is a passion base.
Okay.
You love it and you want to do it. You don't think about the monies and whatever in football. You only want to play football. And I played Canaries and Babies. I was with one friend or brother, let me call it that way, Thomas Quay.
Okay.
He's also a football player. And he took me to the team. I was, trying to do something.
At the age of 10?
10 years.
Were you not in school?
I was in school, but
After
football,
school?
maybe after school,
Okay.
we have to go to training course. we call it coach now. They said, how do I call it? Academy or whatever they are calling it.
Right.
But it's coach now. You
used to call it back then. Okay.
Because it's something that people do with passion.
Okay,
not
with passion.
Money.
With passion.
They don't care about the money. They love it and from their heart.
Okay.
They do it. We also play because we love it. And
Okay. So for you, it was out of passion.
Out of passion.
Okay.
And the way I do my things. There was a man there who he gives, I think, almost everybody name in that area, our area, Mamplubi. He gives everybody name. And the Thomas Quay that I'm talking about, his name is Johnny Banco.
Okay, and what was your name then?
And my name is Foyo.
Oh, so that's where you got the Foyo from?
So the man is just giving everybody name.
Oh.
You see the way you are doing your things, then he will give you the name.
Okay.
And I was very, very aggressive at that time.
Right.
I was a small boy, but I can play with the big men. I can, I'm very hot, like aggressive.
Yeah, like
so
that.
During this thing, the man gave me that for you.
Oh, okay.
And a lot, maybe out of 20 or 30 people, I'm the only one who still remain, the name is still intact.
Wow. Because a lot of people call you Foyo. I'm sure they even thought it's part of your
my name.
name.
Everybody, a lot of people knows Foyo is my name.
Right.
Until maybe recently people know that no, it's just my nickname or things like that. So
okay.
That is where the Foyo started from. And from
right.
Colts, I went to Sonny Halifax.
Okay.
I played Sonny Halifax. And from Sonny Halifax, I went to House of Oak.
Okay, so we'll come back to House of Oak. Before the transition from the academy to House of Oak, was there ever a time that you found maybe your parents were not in support of what you were doing, or they totally and absolutely supported you?
Let me say, from even the coach, it's like they want me to go to school.
Right.
That is normal. Parents, that is normal for
that's what every parent wants.
Yeah.
They want their child to go to school.
They want their kids to go to school because they don't know what is in football.
Of course.
So what are you going to go and be a doctor or a lawyer?
Or
that is what the parents want. Lawyer, doctor.
Doctor, that's it. That's all they know.
That's all they know. That is all
and even a banker.
You see. So it's like they want me to go to school. And my dad also played football small, but not like a high level.
Okay.
But
he knows how to, yeah.
So they were not pulling me back, they were not pushing me in.
Okay.
But it's like
they were indifferent about it.
Yeah. If I'm not doing things well, no, you are not going to play because of this.
Oh,
because
okay.
Of that.
So they had rules to
direct
to
me.
keep
so
you grounded.
I can't say they are not supportive. I can't say
they were supportive.
Supportive.
Okay.
But all the same, it helps me to be
where you are today. But then during the time of transition, did you ever dream you're going to be this for you?
No, until I get to the top level.
Okay.
That is where now the monies start to pump into the head.
Okay.
Now you are growing. When you are young, you're a baby, you do what
it's all about passion, of course.
When you're growing up,
passion has to give you some money.
You really need to do things different. So when you see somebody is having something, you also need that thing. The way you can get that thing is to do your good job and do it very well.
Okay.
So that you'll be able to get the money to do it. So when those things start to come, then I know that I have to push myself to get there so that I also get this and do that. Right. That is where the money aspect starts to come.
Oh, okay.
So I start to push myself, and I want to be like, that I want to be like Abedi Pele.
Oh, so around the time he was your role model.
I want to be like, they are our.
You're like a role model, the top ones, right? Yeah. Right.
And also that in the passion day, I use polo to do my things. Like after watching television, black and white at that time, locally. After watching football, maybe us is playing or something. After that, I'll come home and I'll steal my father's socks and go and put plastics inside. We call it socks ball. Put plastic inside and then sew it and then start to use my left. Because Polo uses his left to dribble. I also start to use my left without my right. And through that, I can use my left sometimes more effective than
better than your right.
Than my right.
Wow.
So I learned something from.
Wait, did your father beat you for those socks?
Of course. When you find out that
you are the one to get
and when I'm going to pick it, I'm not picking it like, okay, I just put my hand there.
And whatever that you touch, you just take
So
it.
sometimes when he was, maybe he's trying to, he has a box that the
Oh
socks
my
are
God.
inside. Maybe go one.
Oh my God, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So he's missing the socks, one. Sometimes he can't find it at all. Maybe I'll be able to pick the same thing.
Maybe the next time,
the
yeah, of
next time,
course.
So that is, of course, we know I'm the only person who do that. So definitely, that will come in.
Right,
so
right.
I want to be like Abedi.
You wanted to be like them by the time.
So, but thank God.
Okay.
I can't be like them, but I came close.
We thank God. Right, so before you went on to Hearts of Oak, what really happened? Who took you there? How did you get there?
Yeah, I think we were playing at Indafa. And a lot of us fans, they also, that one, they were playing this departmental leagues. And I was playing one team, a company named, I was in Halifax, but still doing the work at Tegites.
Okay.
We do these materials, bed sheets and things like that. So we played at Mamprobi. So, because of the fans, if I come, we play the league at Indapapa. So if I'm there, we are there playing. The fans will be shouting, yeah, no, this one is better than this one can play better. Mamprobi guys, and I'm also like, I have to give them something.
Right.
So it pushed me to do more and more and more and more. So in Halifax, it's like a magic. The owner of Halifax, Sonny, that is Sonny Halifax, he loves us. He's a Hearts fan.
Oh, okay.
So even the transition.
Yeah.
It's not some. It
wasn't a planned thing?
A planned thing.
Okay, it just happened.
We played this thing, and it's like, if I want to go to Hearts of Oak,
You can just come along.
I can. So he just gave me my document, like
Wow.
my card, and I just went. And what helped me a lot is that we went to play at Complex, and that is Halifax, our home ground. And they loved me so much because whenever I'm playing, trust me, I put everything.
I mean,
give out
everything goes in there.
Yeah, I give out everything. So wherever I play, even opposite teams, their fans like the way I play my game. And we played against Hearts.
Okay.
And that time, Emmanuel Ama,
Yeah.
he visited me this morning.
Oh, we missed them.
And I was playing two stoppers. We are playing two central and defense. Me and Emma. It's like new Hearts of Oak and old
Hearts of Oak. Oh, okay.
After that match, and everything was like, oh, come on. This guy is
The
ready.
doors open
This guy
for
is
you.
ready to go to play the Premier League.
Right.
Because the way we played together.
Who was your coach then?
Who am I going to? Who I think, was it coach? No, coach. We have one coach. This is a very serious question.
Okay,
Is it Vanessa? We have one ever coach.
Really?
Yeah, at that time.
Right.
But later on, Coach Ade came in. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that time they were in camp, I think under 20.
You are
so
right,
Coach
right,
Ade
right,
came in, I think 4 or 5 matches later before Coach Ade came in. Yeah, but I forgot it.
So how long did you play with Hearts of
I
Oak?
think 5 years.
For 5 years. Right, and you enjoyed your time with them.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
So from there, where did you go to? I know you played for Kerry Sport. There was this one I was trying to mention. My daddy was like, ask him.
I played, I went to Greece
Yes.
for the first time. I went to Greece, I played Kalamata.
Kalamata.
Yeah. I played Kalamata, and also I played 1 year in Greece. I played Kalamata.
Right.
And I came to Belgium,
Right.
Anderlecht.
Anderlecht, yeah.
I played Anderlecht 2 seasons, that is 2 years. And then from Anderlecht, I went to Turkey.
Okay, yeah.
And the funniest thing is that Yaopreko, every place I go through him, and I thank God for people that He brought into my life.
Okay, God actually
so far as
positioned good people.
Football is concerned
Yeah.
and normal social life is concerned. Yaopreko is somebody who, everywhere I go, I go with him. We played us together. He went to Belgium. I followed him there. So he left. After 1 year, I played 1 year with him and he left to Turkey. After 1 year, the second season, the coaches, this their black and white thing. When I do something, it's my problem. But when the other person do it or did it, it's for the team. But if I do it, it's my own thing. So I started having funny
feelings about them.
I can't be myself.
Okay.
So we came to African Cup. That is 96.
96, right.
96. We came to African Cup. And then after the game, they all called me and said, Charlie, no, I think 98. 98, Burkina Faso.
Right.
And then he called me, so Charlie, I'm here. The coach wants you to
come and so that you have a talk.
I'm coming. I'm ready. I'm coming. I'm ready because
there was no time to waste.
There,
right.
I'm coming. And then I followed him there. We played I think I played 1 season with him there, and then from Turkey I went to Gaziantep. Gaziantep. I played 1 season with him, and we moved to Fenerbahce. Together with Yakubu, we moved to Fenerbahce. He played 1 season and left. But I stayed there 4 seasons. And we came back to Gaziantep.
Right.
And played 1 season in Gaziantep again. Before we split again, I went to Kayserispor.
Yeah.
And he also went to, I think, Sweden or...
He went somewhere.
Somewhere else, yeah. And I went to Kayserispor and I finished my...
Okay. So of all the teams that you played for, which one of them would you say you really enjoyed your time with the team?
I think Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce. What really happened?
Fenerbahce, I love them because I love Turkish football. They are fans in general.
Sure.
Because they are not... They know you are, like maybe me, because everywhere I go in Turkey, whether Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, they are very, very serious rivals, not even us. Serious one. They can kill each other when it comes to football, those 2 teams. But their fans like me.
Right.
Because when I'm there, I give everything out. And they love people who give out everything. When you don't give it, they will boo you, they will say so many things. They will put so many things on you. If you are doing good, they don't care whether you are from north or south.
They will just hail you up, right?
They don't care the color, they will support you.
So you really enjoyed your time with them?
I enjoyed so much there.
Okay.
And the way the fans are, the atmosphere is good.
Okay. Right, we're going to come back to that in a minute. Right, so you actually you put in everything. But when you say you put in everything, what exactly do you put in for your fans to love you that much?
Yeah, when you are playing football and you put in everything, it's like you are running, you don't complain, you put yourself in. They love people, maybe you are doing the tacklings. You don't care whether this man is your man or it's not your man. You're just trying to save situations.
Exactly.
You
for
do
you
your
to
best.
Talk about winning.
You do your best to solve all kinds of. If somebody you try to solve it, you don't complain. No, this is not my place. This is not. No, just do it.
Right.
Do it. So they see the way, and I put more energy.
Right.
Running, jumping, doing. They can see that.
Of course. If someone is doing everything with it, all you can actually see.
That is exactly.
So you love Fenerbahce. What about a team that you regret playing for, or you wish, you look back and you're like, really, did I really play with this team?
As for regret, I don't think I have.
You don't have any regret playing with any team?
Because if not #1, you can be #2.
Of course.
So you need to pass some stages.
Before
I'm telling you, I'm enjoying Fenerbahce. I enjoy it, or I'm happy in Fenerbahce. But the problem that I went through in Fenerbahce, I'm telling you now, our guys now, I don't think they will go through. They will want to go through that. If coach come out and tell you that I don't like you, I don't like this guy. I don't.
He just doesn't like you for no reason.
Yeah.
Wow.
You understand me?
Wow.
There is no way you can change that mind.
Wow.
Of the coach.
Exactly.
But all you have to do is to do your work. And nobody knows anything about it because like I told you, I'm not the guy who want to show this.
You're not a showmanship kind of person.
I want to be in my small
Your
hole
small corner,
and
then, you know.
see, and then be there. But the coach said, and I don't like it. And I was training with the second team, like 15 years, 20 years, you know, those
That brings
small
me to a
boys.
very important question. Did you alter your age to get into the league?
What do you mean by that? No,
Did you change your age?
No, I did not.
You didn't reduce your age?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
3 times?
I was born 1973.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So your age was just as you were. You didn't alter your age?
Yeah. So I'm going to be 45.
Okay. But then did you ever go through any means to help you play as much as you played, or it was all your energy and then the blessings of God?
Yeah.
Did you ever use any
Yeah.
other thing that...
If I said I use it or I don't use it, I don't understand. I don't know how. When you don't know something, you can go through certain things.
Wait, do you...
I'll get your point, don't worry. You go through certain things that you do to do this, to do that. Maybe your team, even your team will bring certain things for you. Put this here, hold this, do this. You understand me? You do. You are a kid, you are about. When the light is open for you to get to see the light, and you know that all what I'm doing, this is not what I'm supposed to do. It's God's blessing that can take me through. And
The blessings of
after
God.
that, I started moving up.
Okay, so you actually used something, you had to go through
Go
some
through,
sort of...
shall I do this? You know, you need to be. They don't tell you do this to do that. Protect yourself.
So indirectly, you were
I'm
not really
protecting
told
yes, I'm
exactly
trying to
what was
protect
going to do
myself
for you.
Because, you know, witches are there. This also going to tell you. And I quite remember, I played one game at Tamale. And then one guy came to me and said, there is going to be a serious injury in the game. And he sees the thing around me. So I should take something and put it in my... And
In
I'm
your
like,
boot.
my friend, take this kind of things out of my way. Because the thing has gave me something. I don't want to put this and
Yeah,
that
together.
So let me be myself. So we went and we started the game. One long ball, I had a chance to score. I don't know where the guy came from. Bam, my leg. And my right leg went off.
Oh,
I don't feel it like the leg is dead. It's like nothing.
right.
They injected more than 5 or 6 injections. I
That
don't
was
know
after
the
he
kind.
gave you the juju,
I said I don't want it. But the guy said there's
So you
going to
didn't even
be-
use it?
No.
Okay, so would you say that, would you advise the up and coming, those who are already in there, to also go for it, or you would advise against
No,
it?
I don't think it's going to help you.
It's not
Because
gonna
God
help.
is above all
Everything.
things. So when you are going to take something under God,
So you would definitely advise against any person going for juju?
yeah, I don't think it's
Right, we'll go for a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll get to see what is happening in his life after the sport, and that's what this show is about. We'll be right back. Right, so after football, what year did you completely leave the...
I think 10 years ago.
Oh, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so within the space of 10 years, what's been going on with you?
I think when I came back to Ghana, I tried to move small. I assist one coach, what is the name? Papich.
Okay.
Accra Suffolk. And I think that season, we took the league.
So you've coached Accra House of Folk before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was assistant coach at that time. And since then, they never take anything.
Are you married?
Yeah.
With
but
kids?
Not, yeah, I have kids. But
Wait, did you say not like you're no longer married?
yeah, I'm
Oh.
not trying to get another one.
Ah, really? Okay. But how many kids do you have?
I have 6 kids,
Oh my God. How many girls, how many boys?
4 girls,
Oh.
2 boys.
Okay, how old is the last one?
The last one is 7 years now.
Oh, and the first one?
The first one is 26.
Same mother.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of business, what are you into?
Yeah, as for the business, This one you are seeing
Of course,
now.
this establishment
Yeah,
is all
this
yours.
another
This
business.
huge gym
But
is all yours.
the others, let me keep it myself.
Oh,
Yeah, it's good. Sometimes it's good to keep it for people to see than to say
okay.
it.
Okay. So a very important question. When you were playing and you were making money, did you ever foresee this happening? Did you ever see yourself investing, or you were okay, you just spent, did you spend a lot more of the money or you invested more of the money?
Oh my God, what a nice question. I spend and I invest.
Okay.
You can't invest without spending. You need to spend. Then you know what you are getting
Of course.
back from spending.
Of course.
Let me say I invest and I also spend. But when you are getting, you are getting. When you don't get anymore, then you should know that there is a stop
So
somewhere.
when did you start investing? When the money wasn't coming anymore?
Not really, not really. I love lands, and that is where I put my money. But you know, these days the way the lands and things are going, so you can't invest in those lands anymore
Right.
unless you go very far.
Very far, yeah, far away
You
from
know,
town.
so that is another problem that I had.
Oh, okay, okay. So you lost money through
Money
then?
through those things. I lost money through
Wow.
those things. But thank God, where I am, I'm okay.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Wait,
not- it's
so
not
did
a
someone
problem.
advise you to invest? The reason why I'm asking this question is we realize that most of the footballers, after their days of glory, they don't really live well. So we want to know, did someone advise you, or you just sat down and said, oh, for you, this thing is not going to be coming. It was going to get to a point that it's not going to come as it's coming now, so let me put something somewhere. Or someone called you and sat you down and said that this is what happens in this industry, so you need to secure your future.
Yeah, both.
Both, okay.
Both sides. Let me say, sometimes you can look at somebody, the mistake that other person
made,
made
right.
or made, then you change.
You advise
use
yourself
one
with
to,
that,
I
right,
mean,
right.
improve yourself.
Right.
Sometimes somebody can actually, this thing happens to you. So when you are doing this, you need to do it that way, you need to do it that way. So it's about you, whether you take it
Oh no.
or you leave it, or you see what is happening to the other person, or you close our eyes on those things. We don't get good people around us,
Right.
and also people that we trust and we love most. They are the people at the end of the day they kill us. You understand me?
So
maybe
trusting
you
the
are
wrong
there,
people.
you put your money, Charlie, do this for me, do this for me. The person is doing it. When you come back, before you realize, maybe the person is, you are totally.
The person has squandered everything you gave to the
Everything.
person.
So now the money is not coming like before. How are you going to get to?
No, that'll be painful. That'll be
And
painful.
sometimes some of us we take it too much because the suffering we are suffering there
Hey, of course.
is too much. So
Of
when
course.
such things happen,
It,
kills us,
I
and
know.
we don't get strength
To rebuild.
to come up again. And some of us also we don't support them in the way we should
You should
support
support.
them.
You should
So I'll
support.
take some of the blames also
Of course.
for.
Of course.
I mean,
But you
it's
guys have like an association for ex-footballers where you meet to know how you guys are doing.
yeah,
You meet up once in a while.
I think they are doing something
They're
like
planning
that.
on something like that.
They are on that.
But you think that would be a very good idea
Yeah.
to have an association
Yeah.
where you guys check on each
Yeah.
other, make sure everybody's
Yeah,
doing okay.
I think that would be a very good,
Okay.
a very good thing to
Okay.
do because, but seriously, some of us we don't get. Me, I'm lucky,
We thank God for you.
but a lot of them, though they are doing their own thing, they are buying their cars, they are going up and, but those cars and what they are doing, how much are they eating?
Exactly.
They use that money to give other people, but when the person goes down,
That he goes
then those people
alone.
start
They start.
talking.
So what advice would you give to your brothers? And then since of course we have the queens also, what advice would you give to them?
Oh,
Your
what-
fellow Black Stars.
The only thing I would say to them, they should know, they should look back and see where they are coming from.
Very important.
When they do that, they will know that they should go forward or stay where they are. And if you want to stay where you are, then you should know that somebody will do what? Pass
We'll
you.
bypass you.
You know.
We'll bypass
So,
you.
because in a race, if you are going and you stop, somebody will pass.
Of course, someone will
So
bypass you.
they need to know that this life is not an easy journey. They should listen to advice. And also, they should know that advice that somebody is giving you is the experience that that person has gone through.
Of course.
That is why he's giving you that. And respect. Respect is very, very important. And also, they should know to invest. And they should find they should always, control whatever wherever they are investing. They should see what is going on. They shouldn't be like, oh, I trust these guys so much.
But this is a situation where they are not in the country, maybe they are out there sending their money for someone to do it. How do you?
Now we have, how do I call it? Internet and all other things.
That's very,
So you can use all those things
means to make sure you are, following up and controlling whatever is going on.
You are doing. Because
that's true.
At this present Ghana, if you come home and you don't find anything,
that would be devastating.
Yeah, it's going to be devastating. Yeah, it's going to be something.
That would be very devastating.
And that same people that comes to you to help them to do whatever you are doing for them. That same people they will talk about. So they should know where they are putting their money, and also they should make sure that they will always control what is going on around them. And they should know the people that they shouldn't trust anybody. Because me, I'm always saying that, don't trust me. Because me, myself, I don't trust myself. Because I can say, oh, tomorrow I'll go to this place. The next day I'll be like, child, I'm not going again. I deceive myself. I deceive myself.
Of course.
So why should you have to trust me? Love me, but don't trust me.
That's very important. Love him,
because
but don't trust him.
Yeah, I'm a human being.
Of course.
If I fail you, you can die.
Of course.
One time fail, you will die. If you put your trust in me, but put your trust in God and love me.
Wow.
I don't put your trust in me.
Thank you so much. It's been an awesome moment with you. Particularly, I have learned a lot, and I'm sure a lot of viewers, because it's not just football. Whatever business, whatever industry you find yourself in right now, if it's your glory, then you are making it. Make sure you keep something. Make sure you listen to advice. Make sure you don't trust anybody, because for you, doesn't even trust himself. Yeah. God bless you so much. Now, that was a very interesting and very educative segment with Sam Foyo Johnson. And I'm sure you learned a lot. First, he said, do not trust anybody, because he doesn't even trust himself. And then also, wherever you're putting your money, make sure you keep tabs with it. And then also, listen to advice. It's very important that you listen to advice. You're going to go for a short commercial break. When we come back, we want to see what other footballers they've ventured into. We'll be right back.
Today, on Another Angle, we look at the journey of a young player from the dusty streets of Monrovia to the highest office of the Republic of Liberia. His Excellency George Oppong Weah, born October 1, 1966 in Monrovia, Liberia, is a Liberian football player and politician. He was named African, European and World Player of the Year in 1995. An unprecedented achievement. His talents on the field were equaled by his activism on behalf of his motherland, where he worked to bring an end to a long civil war and then became active in politics. Weah was elected to the Senate seat in 2014. He has served as president of Liberia since January 2018. Weah learned his football on the dusty streets of Monrovia before playing for Invisible 11, Mighty Barrow, Bongrand Bonguin, and Young Survivors of Cleartown.
When I was given the opportunity to leave the ghetto, I proved to be someone great.
You have everything a footballer needs.
Cleartown, it meant a lot, and that was our starting point, the Young Survivor. It was kind of a little bit of hustling every day. We had to go there to struggle to survive, but we were doing good things, and our team was very great.
After leading Young Survivors, a team without a coach, into the first division, Weah signed a 3-year semi-professional contract with a top Cameroonian club which won its league in his first season. Shortly thereafter, the promising 22-year-old striker was signed by AS Monaco of the French First Division, then moved on to play for giants such as Chelsea, Manchester City, Marseille, PSG, and many others.
Every time I goes on the field, I was playing for Arsene Wenger. I wanted him to know that what he have done for me, this is the way I could pay him. So I could break my knee, my face, my hand for him, just to win a game. He took care of me like his son. And I couldn't believe it, because when racism was at the peak, Arsene taught me that a black man and a white man can live together.
This is the man. I remember it was George. Work hard, you're going to be a great player. And when I came to Europe, he was like a father to me. I want him to keep this. This is for me, but I want him to keep it because he deserves this more than I do. Thanks, Mr. Coach, for everything.
Though Weah established a new home for his family in New York City, he maintained close ties to Liberia, where he is known as King George and enjoys considerable popularity. Liberia, racked by poverty and civil war in the 1990s, was able to sustain the Lone Star, the national team, only with the assistance of George Weah, who played for, coached, and to a large extent financed the team. In 2002, after the Lone Star nearly qualified for the World Cup and then performed poorly at the African Cup of Nations, Weah retired from football.
I would have loved to play in the World Cup. I think it was an opportunity for me if I would have gone on the world stage to wear the jerseys of my country in the World Cup.
A year later, following the ouster of President Charles Taylor in 2003, Weah returned to Liberia as a goodwill ambassador for the United Nations.
My country was bleeding, and I thought that a lot of things need to be put in place, to bring about peace and stability in my country, try to join government. I'm happy to be called a footballer than a killer. Some people they brought guns, but I brought the message of sports, peace and unity, because football unified people.
In 2005, he ran for president of the country as a member of the Congress for Democratic Change Party. After winning the first round of voting, he was defeated by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of the Unity Party in the runoff elections in November 2005. Weah initially challenged the election results in court, but he dropped his case the following month. In December 2014, Weah ran for the position of Senator of Montserrado County under the banner of the CDC. He single-handedly defeated the nearest opponent, Robert Sirleaf, one of the president's son, taking 78% of the vote to Sirleaf's almost 11%. After the electoral mishaps during the 2017 polls in Liberia, the country's Supreme Court concluded the investigations and dismissed the allegations from the other political parties on December 7 and ordered the runoff elections to be held. The election was held on December 26 and Weah won an easy victory, garnering more than 60% of the votes. He was then inaugurated on January 22, 2018, which marked the first transfer of power between two democratically elected leaders in Liberia since 1944. That is how His Excellency George Oppong Weah decided to take his life after football from a whole other angle.
Challenge of the Day. The Challenge of the Day is brought to you by Davis Palace, who scored the penalty in the 2009 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Egypt. Again, who scored the final penalty in the 2009 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Egypt. The winner gets a voucher for a massage, pedicure, manicure, gym, hairdo, and many more at Davis Palace.
It's been a very wonderful episode with you, and we had great fun with Sam Foyo Johnson. We are grateful for his time. And then to you for spending this time with us, we want to say thank you. Now to Davis Palace, I want to say a big thank you for my hair, my makeup, and everything you did. You guys rock. We'll see you next week.